Werewolf 2112 here, and I'm here with a actual review. And today I'm going to be reviewing, as you can see here, and as per the title, the Nemesis wave of Marvel Legends, originally known as Marvel Legends Series 4. Now I'm going to get on to the review. It'll be broken up into 4 parts where I'll talk about each of the figures and the ones I liked and ones I didn't like. But for this, I'm just going to talk about the series itself and a little of the backstory on this series. Now, when this series was originally announced, which I believe was either late 2007 or early 2008, the series was initially supposed to be released in summer of 2008. Well, that time came along and the figures didn't get released. And they had said that it was pushed back to a December release of that year. That came along. Figures weren't released. At that time, the Ronin series and the Brood Queen series was on the shelves. So something was amiss, and they came back again. Whoever had been initially pushed to December that year, they said that this was going to end up being a Walmart exclusive. So I kept my eyes out, and lo and behold, this series ended up, we hear again that it had been postponed indefinitely. Well, what that usually translates to is series ain't gonna happen. Normally, if that is said, if those words are said, it's a death nail on a toy line, and everything gets canceled. Then I hear that it got a limited release, and started seeing it pop up on eBay, and the prices were ridiculous. I mean, this series is going for like $350. So it's like, oh man, please tell me that they're lying. Well, then, just so happened this December, I walked into my Walmart, and there sat the Nemesis series on shelves. Now, I'm warning you now, the Nemesis thing isn't going to fly with me for too long. The character is frickin' Holocaust. It's not Nemesis. I mean, it is Nemesis, but it's not Nemesis. And I'll get to that in his denizens. But anyway, this series I was really looking forward to, because it's the first time in Hasbro Legends history that I felt that they got not only the number of characters right for the Build-A-Figure. This should easily have been a 6-figure build, if not a 5-figure build. But they also finally did a line where I didn't have any throwaway characters. I know that they did, I normally don't collect extra versions of each hero. I normally collect one version each. And I realized that 3 of these have other versions. There are exceptions, and for me, the Beast was one of them. The Astonishing Beast over here, he was definitely one that I wanted to pick up, because they had done the Astonishing version of the other X-Men, so I needed him to help round out that whole Astonishing team. As far as Daredevil goes, I had owned 2 of the other versions, but I had given them away. I had a friend who let me stay with him for a while, and he really liked that Daredevil, so I gave him the Daredevil and the Kingpin from the Face-Off, and I gave my son the original Spider-Man Classics Daredevil. So I needed a Daredevil for my collection, and this one just happened to be there. And Punisher is one of my least favorite characters, so I never really cared to buy a Punisher toy. This series finally forced me to buy one. So I've got to say that I was really highly anticipating this series, and the fact that I had to wait for so long for it to actually hit toy shelves kind of made me long for it even more, and it made me really glad to get the series. Now, that's it on my little history of, or whatever the heck this is. Next 3 parts of the series, I'm dividing the characters into 3 groups of 2. There's the good, the meh, and the disappointing. And I'm going to go with the good first, then go to the meh, and then go to the disappointing, then end this all up with a review of the Holocaust toy, which I just found something disappointing about it as I was setting this up. So anyway, I will see you all in part 2, The Good.